numbers. Those who will hear me speak, let them stay here. Those who will follow Catherine go with her, and public reasons shall be rendered of Caesar's death.
I will hear Brutus speak.
I will be satisfied.
Who will come with me?
Brutus! It's offended! Silence!
Be patient till it will last. Romans, countrymen, lovers, hear me for my cause, and be silent that you may hear. Believe me for mine honor, and have respect to mine honor. You may believe. Censure me in your wisdom, and awake your senses, that you may the better judge. If there be any in this assembly, any dear friend of Caesar's, to him I say that Brutus's love to Caesar was no less than his. If then that friend demand why Brutus rose against Caesar, this is my answer. Not that I loved Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more. Had you rather Caesar were alive to die all slaves, or that Caesar were dead to live as free men? As Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I honor him. As he was valiant, I honor him. But as he was ambitious, I slew him. There's tears for his love, joy for his fortune, honor for his valor, but death for his ambition. Who is here so base that would be a bondman? If any, speak. For him have I offended. Who is here so rude that would not be a Roman? If any, speak. For him have I offended. Who is here so vile that will not love his country? If any, speak. For him have I offended. I pause for a reply.
None.
And none have I offended. I have done no more to Caesar than you shall do to Brutus. The question of his death is enrolled in the Capitol, where his glory is not extenuated, where he was worthy, nor his offenses enforced, for which he suffered death. Here comes his body, mourned by Mark Antony, who, though he had no hand in his death, shall receive the benefit of his dying, a place in the commonwealth, as which of you shall not? With this I depart, that as I slew my best lover for the good of Rome, I have the same dagger for myself, when it shall please my country to need my death.
Bring him with triumph unto his house, as his ancestors.
Yeah!
Let him be Caesar!
His heart to be crowned in Brutus. We'll bring him to his house with shouts and silence. Brutus speaks.
Good countrymen, let me depart alone, and for my sake, stay here with Antony. To grace to Caesar's corpse, and grace his speech tending to Caesar's glories, which Mark Antony by our permission is allowed to make. I do entreat you, not a man depart, save I alone, till Antony has spoken.
Stay, ho, let us hear Mark Antony.
Let him go up into the public chair. Noble Antony, go up.
For Brutus' sake, I am beholding to you.
What does he say of Brutus?
He says, for Brutus' sake, he finds himself beholding to his law.
Twere best he speak no harm of Brutus here.
Yeah.
This Caesar was a tyrant.
Yes, sir. We are blessed that Romans rid of him.
Yeah, peace. Let us hear what Antony can say.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. Noble Brutus have told you Caesar was ambitious. If it was so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously had Caesar answered it.
Yeah.
Here on the leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honorable man. So are they all honorable men. Am I to speak in Caesar's funeral? He was my friend, faithful and just to me, but Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. He hath brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? When the poor have cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure, he is an honorable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus spoke, but here I am. Speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him? Oh, judgment! Thou art fled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reason. With me, my heart is in the coffin there with Caesar, and I must pause till it come back to me.
Methinks there is much reason in his sayings.
Now consider rightly of the matter. Caesar has had great wrong.
Has he, masters? I fear there will a worse come in his place.
Mark to his words, 'tis certain he was not ambitious.
If he found so, some will dear abide it.
Poor Saul. His eyes are red as fire with weeping.
There's not a noble man in Rome that answers.
The Martin begins against thee.
But yesterday, the word of Caesar might have stood against the world. Now lies he there, and none so poor to do him reverence. Oh, master, if I were disposed to stir your hearts and minds to mutiny and rage, I should do Brutus wrong, and Cassius wrong, who you all know are honorable men. I would not do them wrong. I rather choose to wrong the dead, to wrong myself and you, than I should wrong such honorable men. But here's a parchment with the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet. 'Tis his will. Let but the commons hear this testament, which, pardon me, I do not mean to read, and they would go and kiss dead Caesar's wounds and dip their napkins in his sacred blood. Patience, gentle friends, I must not read it. It is not meet you know how Caesar loved you. You are not wood, you are not stones, but men. And being men, bearing the will of Caesar, it will inflame you. It will make you mad. It is good you know not that you are his heirs, for if you should, what should come of it?
We'll hear the will.
Read the will. Will you be patient?
Yeah.
Will you stay a while?
Yes!
I have overshot myself to tell you of it. I fear I wrong the honorable men whose daggers have stabbed Caesar. I do fear it. They were traitors. They were villains. The will. Read the will. You will compel me then to read the will?
Yes!
Then make a ring around the corpse of Caesar, and let me show you him that made the will. Shall I descend, and will you give me leave?
Come down.
You shall not leave.
Rin, stand up.
Stand from the body.
Room for Antony, most noble Antony.
That's not so loudly. Stand far off. You have tears. Where to shed them now? You all do know this mantle. I remember the first time Caesar ever put it on. Look, in this place ran Cassius' dagger through. See what a rent the envious Casca made. Through this, the well-beloved Brutus stabbed. And as he plucked his cursed steel away, mark how the blood of Caesar followed it. This was the most unkindest cut of all. For when the noble Caesar saw him stabbed, ingratitude more strong than traitors' arms quite vanquished him. Then burst his mighty heart. Oh, what a fall was there, my countrymen, that I and you and all of us fell down. bloody treason flourished over us. Kind soul, what? Weep you when you behold our Caesar's vesture wounded. Look you here. Here is himself, marred as you see with traitor.
Oh, hideous spectacle!
Oh, noble Caesar!
Oh, day!
Oh, villains! Traitors!
Oh, most bloody sight!
We will revenge!
Countrymen! Good friends, sweet friends, let me not stir you up to such a sudden flood of mutiny. They that have done this deed are honorable. What private griefs they had, alas, I know not that made them do it. They are wise and honorable, and will no doubt with reasons answer you. I come not, friends, to steal away your hearts. I am no orator as Brutus is, but as you know me all, a plain, blunt man. For I have neither wit, nor words, nor worth, action, nor utterance, nor the power of speech to stir men's blood. I only speak right on. Tell you that which you yourselves do know, show you. Sweet Caesar's wounds, poor dumb mouth, bid them speak for me. Were I Brutus, and Brutus Antony, there were an Antony would ruffle up your spirits, and put a tongue in every wound of Caesar's that should move the stones of Rome to rise and mutiny.
We'll burn the house of Brutus!
Seek the conspirator!
Yet hear me, countrymen, yet hear me speak!
Piso, hear Antony, most noble Antony!
My friends, you go to do, you know not what? Wherein hath Caesar thus deserved your loves? Alas, you know not. I must tell you then. You forgot the will I told you of.
The will!
Here is the will, and under Caesar's seal. To every Roman citizen he gives, to every several man, 75 drachmas.
75.
Oh, most noble Caesar, we will revenge his death.
Moreover, he hath left you all his walks, to walk abroad and recreate yourselves. This was a Caesar! When comes such another?
Never! Come! Away! We'll burn his body in the holy place, and with the brands fire the traitors! Take out the body!
Go fetch fire!
Let them venture!
Mischief, thou art afoot. Take what course thou wilt. How now, fellow?
Sir Octavius has already come to Rome.
Where is he?
He and Lepidus are at Caesar's house.
And will lie straight. He comes upon a wish. Fortune is merry, and in this mood will give us anything.
I heard him say Brutus and Cassius are rid like madmen through the gates of Rome.
Belike they had some notice of the people, how I had moved them. Come, bring me to Octavius.
Something leads me forward.
What is your name?
Whither are you going?
Where do you come?
Are you married or a bachelor? Answer every man directly.
I am briefly.
I am wise.
I truly you were best. What is my name? Whither am I going? Where do I dwell? Am I married or bachelor? Then to answer every man directly and briefly, wisely and truly. Wisely, I say I am a bachelor.
That is to say they are fools that marry. You'll bear me a pain for that, I fear. Proceed directly.
Directly, I'm going to Caesar's funeral.
As a friend or as an enemy?
friends?
That matter is answered correctly.
To your dwelling, briefly.
Briefly, I told by the capital.
Your name, sir, truly.
Truly, my name is Cinna.
Terror! Bad versus terror!
It is no matter!
These many then shall die, their names are pricked.
Brother, two must die. Consensual evidence.
I do consent to prick him down, upon condition Publius shall not live, who is your sister's son, Mark Antony.
He shall not live. Look, with a spot I damn him. But, Lepidus, go you to Caesar's house, fetch the will hither, and we shall determine how to cut off some charge in legacies.
What? Shall I find you here?
Or here, or at the Capitol.
This is a slight, unmeritable man, meet to be sent on errands. Is it fit, the threefold world divided, that he should stand one of the three to cherish?
So you thought him, and took his word which we put to die on our black sentence and prescriptions.
I have seen more days than you, Octavius. And though we lay these honors on this man, he shall but bear them, as the ass bears gold, either led or driven, as we point the way. And having brought our treasure where we will, then take we down his load, and turn him off, like to the empty ass, to shake his ears and graze and come.
You may do your will, but he is a tried and valiant soldier.
So's my horse, Octavius. And for that I do appoint him store of provender. It is a creature that I teach to flight, his corporal motion governed by my spirit. And in some taste is Lepidus, but so. He must be taught and trained and mid go forth. Do not speak of him, but as a property. And now listen, Octavius, great things. Brutus and Cassia are levying powers. We must straight make head. Therefore, let our alliance be combined. And let us presently go sit in council how covert matters may be best disclosed, and open perils surest answereth.
Let us do so, for we are at the stake and bait about with many enemies. Some that smile when their hearts I fear, millions of mischiefs.
Stand! Ho!
Give the word, ho, and stand.
What now, Lucilius? Is Cassian here?
She is at hand, and Pindarus has come to do you salutation from her master.
She greets me well. Your master, Pindarus, in her own chamber by ill officers, hath given me some worthy cause to wish things done, undone. But if she be at hand, I shall be satisfied.
And no doubt that our master shall appear such as she is, full of honor and regard.
She is not doubted. A word, Lucilius. How she received you, let me be resolved.
With respect and courtesy enough, but not with such familiar instances, nor with such free and easy conference as she hath used of old.
Has described a hot friend cooling. Ever note, Lucilius, when love begins to sicken and decay, it useth and enforceth ceremony. Comes her army along.
They mean this night at Sardis to be quartered. The greater part of the horse in general are come with Cassian.
Hark, she has arrived. Go gently on to meet her.
Stand, ho!
Stand! Oh, speak the word along.
Stand!
Stand!
Stand, most noble brother, you have done me wrong.
Judge me, you gods. Wrong I mine enemies, and if not so, how should I wrong a sister?
This sober form of yours hides wrongs, and when you
Cassia, be content. Speak your grief softly, I do know you well. Before the eyes of both our armies here, which she received nothing but love from us. Let us not wrangle, bid them move away. Then in my tent, Cassia, enlarge your griefs, and I will give you audience.
Pindarus, bid our commanders move their charges off a little from this ground.
Lucilius, do you the like, and let no man come to our tent till we have done our conference. Let Lucius and Antonius guard our door.
That you have wronged me to appear in this. You have condemned and noted Lucius Pella for taking bribes. Here, the Sardians were in my letters, praying on his side because I knew the man were slated off.
You wronged yourself to write in such a case.
At such a time as this, it is not meet that every nice offense should bear his comment.
Let me tell you, Cassia, you yourself are much condemned to have an itching palm. To sell and mark your offices for gold to undeservers.
An itching palm. You know that you are Brutus that speak this, or by the gods that speak, or else you are last.
The name of Cassia honors his corruption, and chastisement doth therefore hide his head.
Chastisement!
Remember March? The Ides of March, remember? Did not great Julius bleed for justice's sake? What villain touched his body that did stab, and not for justice? What? Shall one of us that struck the foremost man of all this world but for supporting robbers? Shall we now contaminate our fingers with base bribes and sell the mighty spaces of our large artists for so much trash as may be grasped thus? I had rather be a dog and bay the moon than such a Roman.
Just bait not me. I'll not endure it. You forget yourself to edge me, and I am a soldier. Older in practice, abler than yourself to make conditions.
Go to, you're not.
I am.
I say you're not.
Urging no more, I shall forget myself. Have mind upon your health. Tempt me no further.
Away, slight woman.
Is it possible?
Hear me, for I will speak. Must I give way and room to your rash choler? Shall I be frightened when a madman stares?
Oh, God, deep God, must I endure all this?
All this I mourn. Fret till your proud heart break. Must I observe you? Must I stand and crouch under your testy humor? By the gods, you shall digest the venom of your spleen, though it do split you. From this day forth, I'll use you for my mirth. Yeah, for my laughter.
Does it come to this?
You say you are a better soldier? Let it appear so. Make your vaunting true, and it shall please me well. And for my part, I shall be glad to learn of noble men.
You wrong me every way. You wrong me, Brutus. I said an elder soldier, not a better than I say better.
If you did, I care not.
Since Caesar lived, he durst not thus have moved me.
Oh, peace, peace. You durst not so have tempted him.
I durst not.
No.
What? Durst not tempt him?
For your life, you durst not.
Do not presume too much upon my love. I may do that. I shall be sorry for.
You have done that you should be sorry for. There is no terror, Cassia, in your threats. For I am so strong in honesty that they pass by me as the idol which I respect not. I did send to you for certain sums of gold which you denied me. For I can raise no money by vile means. By heaven, I had rather coin my heart and drop my blood for drachmas than to wring from the hard hands of peasants their vile trash by any indirection. I did send to you for gold to pay my legions, which you denied me. Was that done like Cassia? Should I have answered Caius Cassia so? When Marcus Brutus grows so covetous as to launch such rascal counters from his friends? Be ready, gods, with all your thunderbolts dash into pieces.
I deny you not.
You did.
What? He was but a fool that brought my answer back. Brutus hath bribed my heart. A friend should bear his friend's infirmities, but Brutus makes mine greater than they are.
not. You practice them on me.
Love me not.
I do not like your faults.
Simply I could never see such faults.
Flatterers would not, though they do appear as huge as high Olympus.
Come, Antony, I kneel not tedious time. Revenge yourself alone on Cassia. For Cassia is aweary of this work. Hated by one she loves, raved by her brother, checked like a bondman, all her faults observed, set in a notebook, learned and gone by rote to cast into my teeth. Oh! I can weep my spirit from mine eye. There is my name. And here, my naked breast within a heart. If that thou beest a Roman, take it forth. I that denied thee gold, give my heart. so didst at Caesar, for I know. And thou didst hate him worst. Thou lovedst him better than ever thou lovedst Cassian.
Sheath your dagger. Be angry when you will, it shall have scope. Do what you will, dishonor shall be humor.
Hath Cassian lived to be but mirth, and laughter to her Brutus and grief, and blood ill-tempered vexeth her.
When I spoke that, I was ill-tempered too.
You have so much. Give me your hand.
My heart too.
Brutus,
What's the matter?
you not love enough to bear with me when that rash humor which my mother gave me makes me forgetful.
Yes, Cassia, and from henceforth, when you are over earnest with your Brutus, he'll think your mother chides and leave you so.
Let me go in to see the generals. There is some grudge between them. It is not meet they should be alone.
You shall not come to them.
Nothing but death shall stay me.
But Anna, what's the matter?
For shame, you generals, what do you mean? Love and be friends, as two such men should be. For I've seen more years, I'm sure, than ye.
How vitally doth the cynic rhyme.
Oh, get you hence, sirrah. Saucy fellow, hence!
Bear with him, Brutus, 'tis his fashion.
I'll know his humor when he knows his time. What should the wars do with these jigging fools? Companion, hence!
Away, if you be gone.
Lucilius and Titanius, bid your commander prepare to lodge their companies.
And come yourselves and bring Messala with you immediately to us.
Lucius, get me a bowl of wine.
I did not think you could have been so angry.
Oh, Cassia, I am sick of many griefs.
Of your philosophy, you make no use if you give place to accidental evils.
No man bears sorrow better. Portia is dead.
Portia!
She's dead.
I escaped that killing when I crossed you so. Loss. Upon what sickness?
Impatient of my absence, and grief that young Octavius with Mark Antony have made themselves so strong that with her death that tidings came. With this she felt distracted, her attendant's absence. Swallowed fire.
And died so.
Even so.
Ye immortal gods.
Speak no more of her. Give me a bowl of wine. In this, I bury all unkindness, Cassio.
My heart is thirsty for that noble pledge. Fill it, Lucius, till the wine or swell the cup. My heart cannot drink too much of Brutus's love.
Come in, Titanius. Welcome, good Messala. Now, simply close about this taper here and call in question our necessity.
Portia, art thou gone?
No more. Good Messala, I have here received letters that young Octavius with Mark Antony come down upon us with a mighty power, bending their expedition toward Philippi.
Myself have letters of the self-same tenor.
With what addition?
That by prescription and bills of outlawry, Antony, Octavius, and Lepidus put to death 100 senators.
Therein our letters do not well agree. Mine speak of 70 senators that have died by the prescription, Cicero being one.
Cicero won.
Cicero is dead. And by that order of prescription. Have you letters from your wife, my lord?
No, Solomon.
No, nothing in your letters written her.
Nothing, Solomon.
That makes this strange.
Why farewell, Portia? We must die, Messala. With meditating that she must die once, I have the patience to endure it now.
Even so, great men with great losses should endure.
I have as much of this in art as you, but yet my nature could not bear it so.
Well, to our work alive. What do you think of marching to Philippi presently?
I do not think it good. It is better that the enemy seek us. So shall he waste his means, weary his forces doing his self-offense, whilst we, lying still, are full of rest, defense, and nimbleness.
Good reasons must of course give place to better. The people, twixt Philippi and this ground, do stand within a forced affection. The enemy, marching along by them shall make a fuller number up. Come on refreshed, new added and encouraged, from which advantage we shall cut him off. Take that Philippi, we do meet him there. These people at our back.
Here, good brother.
By your pardon. You must note, beside, that we have tried the utmost of our friends. Our cause is right, our legions are brimful, the enemy increases every day. We, at the height, are ready to decline. There is a tide in the affairs of men, which taken at the flood leads on to fortune. Omitted, all the voyage of their life is bound in shallows and in miseries. On such a full sea are we now afloat, and we must take the current as it serves, or lose our ventures.
Then with your will, go on. We'll along ourselves and meet them at Philippi.
The deep of night is crept upon our talk, and nature must obey necessity. There is no more to say.
No more. Early tomorrow will we rise in hence.
Lucius, my gown. Farewell, good Gonzalo. Good night, good Titanius. Noble, noble Cassia. Good night and good repose.
My dear Brutus, this was an ill beginning to the night. Never let such division come between our souls. Let it not be this.
Everything is well.
Good night, my lord.
Good night, good sister.
Good night, my Brutus.
Good night, my lord.
Farewell, everyone. Give me the gown. Where is thy instrument?
Here in the tent.
What? Thou speakst drowsily. Poor knave, I blame thee not. Thou o'erwatched. Call Claudius and some of my other men. I'll have them sleep on cushions in my tent.
Varro and Claudius.
Calls, my lord? I pray you, sirs, lie in my tent and sleep. It may be I shall raise you by and by on business to my sister Cassia.
So please you, we will stand and watch your pleasure.
I will not have it so. Lie down, good sirs. It may be I shall otherwise bethink me. Look, Lucius. It's the book I sought for so. I left it in the pocket of my gown.
I was sure your lordship did not give it to me.
Bear with me, good girl. I am much forgetful. Canst thou hold up thy heavy eyes a while and touch thy instrument a strain or two?
Aye, my lord, and please you.
Oh, it does. I trouble thee too much, but thou art willing.
It is my duty, sir.
I should not urge thy duty past thy might. I know young bloods look for a time of rest.
I have slept, my lord, already.
It was well done, and thou shalt sleep again. I will not hold thee long. If I do live, it will be good to me. Not the leaf turned down where I left reading. Here it is, I think. How ill this taper burns. Ha! Who comes here? think it is the weakness of mine eyes that shapes this monstrous apparition. It comes on me. Art thou anything? Art thou some god, some angel, or some devil that makest my blood cold and my hair to stare? Speak to me what thou art.
Thy evil spirit, Brutus.
Why comest thou?
To tell thee thou shalt see me at Philippi.
Why, then I shall see thee again.
Aye, at Philippi.
Well, at Philippi, I shall see thee again then. Now I have taken, art thou vanishes? Ill spirit, I would make more talk with thee. Girl, Lucius, bearer, Claudius, sirs, awake! Claudius, awake!
The notes, my lord, are false.
Think she still is at her instrument. Lucius, awake!
My lord?
Didst thou dream, Lucius, that thou so criedst out?
My lord, I do not know that I did cry.
Yes, that thou didst. Didst thou see anything?
Nothing, my lord.
Sleep again, Lucius. Sir Claudius, fellow, thou, awake! My lord?
My lord?
Why did you, sirs, cry out in your sleep?
Did it ring, my lord?
I saw you anything?
No, my lord, I saw nothing.
Nor I, my lord.
Go and commend me to my sister Cassia. Bid her set up her power of the times before, and we will follow.
It shall be done, my lord.
Not come down, but keep the hills in other regions, and proves not so. Their battles are at hand. They mean to warn us at Philippi here. Answering before we do demand.
Tut, I am in their bosoms, and I know wherefore they do it. They could be content to visit other places and come down with fearful bravery, thinking by this face to fasten in our thoughts that they have courage. But 'tis not so.
Prepare you, generals. The enemy comes on in gallant show. Their bloody sign of battle is hung out, and something to be done immediately.
Octavius, lead your battle softly on upon the left hand of the even field.
Upon the right hand, I. Keep thou to the left.
Why do you cross me in this exigent?
I do not cross you, but I will do so.
They stand and would have parley.
Stand fast, Octavius. We must out and talk.
Mark Antony, shall we show sign of battle?
No, Octavius will answer on their charge. Make forth, the generals would have some words.
Stir not until the signal.
Words before blows. Is it so, countrymen?
Not that we love words better, as you do.
Good words are better than bad strokes, Octavius.
In your bad strokes, Brutus, you give good words. Witness the hole you made in Caesar's heart, crying, "Long live, hail Caesar!"
Antony, the posture of your blows are yet unknown. For your words they rob the Hylobaes and leave them honeyless.
Not stingless too.
Oh yes, and soundless too, for you've stolen their buzzing, Antony, and very wisely threat before you sting.
And you did not so, when your vile daggers hacked one another in the sides of Caesar. You showed your teeth like apes, and you fawned like hounds, and bowed like bondmen, kissing Caesar's face.
Come the cause. If arguing makes us sweat, the proof it will turn to redder drops. Look, I draw a sword against conspirators. When think you the sword goes up again? Never, till Caesar's 33 wounds be well avenged, or till another Caesar had added slaughter to the sword of traitors.
Caesar, thou canst not die by traitors, and unless thou brings them with thee.
So I hope! I was not born to die by Brutus' sword.
Oh, if thou wert the noblest of thy strain, young man, thou couldst not die more honorable.
A peevish schoolboy, worthless of such honor, joined with a masker and a reveler.
Old Cassius still. Come, Antony, away. Defiance, traitors, hurl me in your teeth. If you dare fight today, come to the field. If not, then you have stomachs.
Why now, blow wind, swell billow, and swim dark. The storm is up and all is on the hazard. Masala, this is my birthday. As this very day was Cassia born. Give me that hand, Masala. Be thou my witness that against my will, as Pompey was, am I compelled to set upon one battle all our liberties. Our army lies, ready to give up the ghost. Now, most noble Brutus, let us today stand friendly, that we may, lovers of peace, lead on our days to age. But since the affairs of men are still uncertain, let's reason with the worst that may befall. If we do lose this battle, then is this the very last time we shall speak together? What are you then determined to do?
Even by the rule of the philosophy by which I did lay Cato for the death which he gave himself, I know not how I do fight cowardly and violent, for fear of what might fall such revenge in the time of life. Arming myself with patience to stay the puppets of some high powers that govern us below.
Then if we do lose this battle, you are contented to be led in triumph through the streets of Rome.
No, Cassian, no. Think not thou, noble Roman, that ever Brutus will go bound to Rome. He bears too great a mind. But this same day must end the work of Ides of March begun. Whether we shall meet again, I know not. Therefore, our everlasting farewell take me. Forever, forever farewell, Cassian. If we do meet again, why, we shall smile. If not, why then, this part was well made.
Forever and forever, farewell, Brutus. If we meet again, we'll smile indeed. If not, it is true. This parting was well made.
Why then, lead on. Oh, that a man might know the end of this day's business ere it comes. But it suffices that the day will end, and that the end is known. Come. Ho, away! Fly, fly, Matilda, fly, and give these billows to the legions on the other side. At once, for I perceive with cold demeanor from Octavius' wing, and sudden push against them the overthrow. Fly, Masala, fly! Let them all come down!
Oh, look, Titanius! Look, the villains fly! Myself to mine own turned enemy. This ensign here of mine was turning back. I slew the coward and did take it from him.
Oh, Cassia, Brutus gave the word too early. Who, having an advantage in Octavius, took it too eagerly. His soldiers fell to spoil, whilst we by Antony are all enclosed.
Fly further off, my lord, fly further off. Mark Antony is in your tents, my lord. Fly therefore, noble Cassia, fly far off.
This hill is far enough. Yes. Are those my tents where I perceive the fire?
They are, my lord.
Titanius, if thou lovest me, mount thou my horse, and hide thy spurs in him till he hath brought thee up to yonder point and back again, that I may know for sure whether yon troops are friend or enemy.
I will be here again, even with the thought.
Go and risk it higher on that hill! My sick was ever fit. Regard Titanius, tell me what thou knowest about the field. This day I breathe first. Time has come round, and where I did begin, there shall I end. My life is run its compass. Sirrah, what news?
Oh, my lord.
What news?
Titanius is enclosed round about with horsemen, that make to him on spur. Yet, he spurs on. Now they're almost on him. Now, Titanius! Now, some light? Oh, he lights too! He's tame!
Yay!
Hark, they shout for joy.
Come down! Behold no more! How did I have to live so long to see my best friend tame before my face? Come hither, sir. In partly did I take thee prisoner, and then I swore thee, saving of thy life, that whatsoever I did miss of do, thou shouldst attempt it. Come now. Keep thine oath. And this good sword that ran through Caesar's bowels. Search this bosom. Stand not to answer. Here, take thou my hilt. And when my face is turned, have the sword. Caesar, thou art revenged. Even with the sword that killed thee.
So, I am free. It would not so have been durst I had done my will. O Cassia, far from this country shall Pindarus run, where no Roman shall ever take note of her.
It has been changed, Titinius, for Octavius is overtaken by noble Brutus' power, as Cassius leaves over Antony.
These tidings will all comfort Cassia.
Where did you leave her?
All disconsolate with Pindarus, her bondman on this hill.
Is not that she that lies upon the ground?
She lies not like the living. Oh, my heart.
Is not that she?
No, this was she, Messala. But Cassia is no more. O setting sun, as in thy red rays thou dost sing tonight, so in her red blood Cassia's day is set. The sun of Rome is set. The day is gone. Clouds, dews, and dangers come. Our deeds are done. Mistrust of my success hath done this deed.
Mistrust of good success hath done this deed. O hateful error of melancholy's child, why dost thou show to the apples of men things that are not? O error soon conceived, thou never comest unto a happy birth,
What?
but killst the mother that engendered thee.
What, Pindarus? Where art thou, Pindarus?
See, Insidious, whilst I go to meet the noble Brutus, thrusting the support into his ears, and I may say thrusting for piercing steel and darts and venom would be as welcome to the ears of Brutus as tidings of this sight.
I even saw, and I will seek for Pindarus a while. Why didst thou send me forth, brave Cassia? Did I not meet thy friends, and did they not place on my brows this wreath of victory, and bid me give it thee? Didst thou not hear their shouts? Alas, thou hast misconstrued everything! But hold thee, take the scarlet on thy brow. Thy Brutus bid me give it thee, and I will do his bidding. Brutus, come apace, and see how I regarded Caius Cassia. By your leave, gods, this is a Roman's part. Come, Cassia's sword, find Titinius' heart.
Where was all another body lie?
Oh, yonder, and Titinius mourning it?
Titanius' face is upward. He is slain. Oh, Julius Caesar, thou art mighty yet! Thy spirit walks abroad and turns our swords in our own proper entrails. Brave Titanius, and look, whether he have not crowned dead Cassia. Are yet 2 Romans living such as these? The last of all the Romans, fare thee well. It is impossible that Rome shall ever breathe thy fellow. Friends, I owe this dead soul more tears than it should see me pay. I shall find time. Cassia, I shall find time. Come, therefore, and to Thaso send her body. Her funeral shall not be in our camp, lest it discomfort us. Come, Lucilius. And come, young Pato, let us to the field. 'Tis 3 o'clock, and yet ere night we shall try fortune in a second fight.
son of Marcus Cato, ho! A foe to tyrants and my country's friend. I am the son of Marcus Cato, ho!
My young noble Cato I put down! Why, now thou diest as bravely as Titanius, and mayst be honored being Cato's son!
Yield, or thou diest.
Only I yield to die. There is so much that thou wilt kill me straight. Kill Brutus, and be honored in his death.
We must not. The most noble prisoner.
Broom ho, tell Antony, Brutus is tame.
I'll tell the news. Here comes the general. Brutus is tame. Brutus is tame, my lord.
Where is he?
Safe, Antony. Brutus is safe enough. I dare assure thee that no enemy will ever take alive the noble Brutus. The gods defend him from such shame. When you do find him or alive or dead, he will be found like Brutus, like himself.
This is not Brutus, friend. Though I assure you, a prize no less in worth. Keep this man safe, give him all kindness. I had rather have such men my friends than enemies. Go on, and see whether Brutus be alive or dead, and bring us word unto Octavius' tent how everything is chanced.
Come, poor remains of friends. Rest on this rock.
Julius showed the torchlight, but my lord, he came not back. He's or tame or slain.
Sit thee down, Clytus. Slain is the word, it is a deed in fashion. Hark thee, Clytus.
What? I, my lord? No, not for all the world.
He said no words.
I'd rather kill myself.
Hark thee, Dardanius. What? Shall I do such a thing?
Dardanius,
Oh, Clytus.
what ill request did Brutus make to me?
Kill him, Clytus. Look, he meditates.
Now is that noble vessel full of grief, that it runs over, even at his eye.
Good Volumnius, list a word. What says my lord? Why, this Volumnius. The ghost of Caesar hath appeared in front of me 2 several times by night. At Sardis once, this last night, here in Philippi fields. I know my hour is come.
Not so, my lord.
Nay, I am sure it is, Volumnius. Thou seest the world, Volumnius, how it goes. Our enemies have beat us to the pit. Hey! It is more worthy to be in ourselves than tarry till they push us. Good Volumnius, thou knowest that we two went to school together. Even for that, our love of old, I prithee, hold thou my sword hilts whilst I run on it.
That's not enough for a friend, my lord.
Fly, my lord, there is no tarrying here.
Farewell to you, Volumnius. Lucius, thou hast been all this while asleep. Farewell to you too, Lucius. Country men, my heart doth joy that yet in all my life I found no man but he was true to me. I shall have glory by this losing day, more than Octavius and Mark Antony by this wild conquest shall attain unto. So fare thee well at once, for Brutus's tongue hath almost ended his life's history. Hence and I will follow. Lucius, I prithee, stay not by thy lord. Thou art a fellow of good respect, Lucius. Thy life hath a match of honor in it. Hold then my sword, and turn away thy face while I do run on it. Wilt thou, Lucius?
Give me your hand first. Fare you well, my lord.
Farewell, Lucius.
Caesar, now be still. I killed not thee, nor half so fearful though.
What man is that?
My master's man. Lucius, where is thy master?
Free from the bondage you are in, Messala. The conquerors can but make a fire of him, for Brutus only overcame himself, and no man else hath honor by his death.
So Brutus should be found. I thank thee, Brutus, that thou hast proven Lucilius' saying true.
All that serve Brutus, I shall entertain them. Fellow, wilt thou bestow thy time with me?
If Messala will prefer me to you.
Do so, good Messala.
How died my master, Lucius? I held the sword and he did run on it. And take her, Octavius, that did the latest service to my master.
This was the noblest Roman of them all. All the conspirators, save only he, did that they did in envy of great Caesar. He only, in a general honest thought and common good to all, made one of them. His life was gentle, and the elements so mixed in him that nature might stand up and say to all the world, this was a man.
According to his virtue, let us use him with all respect and rites of burial. Within my tent his bones tonight shall lie, most like a soldier ordered honorably. Now call the field to rest, and let's away, to part the glories of this happy day.